All right, so welcome to Coffee with Markus. Today is episode 73, and I'll show you what's happening in the markets because the markets went on a wild ride today, and I want you to know what's going on, and I'll show you how exactly I find the best stocks to trade for the wheel, which is a trading strategy that I recently taught here on YouTube. All right, so that's our program for today. Sound good? Okay, then let's get started. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Markus Heidkotter, and before we get started, let me give you a super quick intro why I'm doing the show. Because here's what I'm seeing. Most people who start trading expect their accounts to explode, and they've seen the ads and emails that promise them to turn $2,000 into $1 million or something crazy like this. And then they start trading and they quickly realize that it just doesn't work this way. So if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, then this show here is for you because my goal is to give you the strategies and the tools that you need to grow your account systematically, because that's the key. See, everybody can get lucky every now and then, but being able to grow your account in a systematic and predictable way, that is the key to success in the market. So in this show here, I'll show you the tools that you need. I'll give you trading strategies that actually work, trading strategies that I personally trade, and we will talk about the right mindset of a trader because that's super important. And also in this show, it's all about facts and real trades. Now, talking about real, I'll show you all of my trades, winning trades and losing trades, because losing trades are part of our business as traders. There's absolutely no hype here, just the facts, because I want you to succeed. And if all this sounds good to you, then click on like right now or just type yes in the comments and we'll get started. All right, awesome. So good to see everybody here. So good to see all the likes. So let's talk about what is happening in the market. That's our first segment. And this segment is for you so that you know what's happening right now. So let's jump right in. And what is happening right now? Markets are getting whipped around. So take a look at this. This here is a 5-minute chart of the Dow Jones. You see, this morning started higher, then went to session lows, and right now we have a U-turn going around here. And it seems that even though earlier it looked like we were negative for the day, that we might end positive for the day. So the Dow Jones here, just slightly down right now, probably turning positive in the next few minutes. The S&P 500 already positive by 0.3%, and the NASDAQ today skyrocketing, and I'll show you why that is today. But let's also quickly talk about yesterday, because yesterday we didn't see each other. So yesterday the GDP was released, and yesterday the GDP was the worst GDP ever. Minus 33%. By the way, GDP stands for gross domestic product. So this is what has been happening yesterday, and this is why yesterday the markets were already a little bit shaky. As you can see, yesterday opening here, going all the way down and coming back up, and today very similar picture. So what is moving the markets right now? Well, there's three big things that are moving the markets right now, yesterday and also today. So first of all, 4 of the biggest companies in the United States have been reporting earnings yesterday after the bell. So who are these 4 biggest companies in the United States? Well, it is Facebook. So Facebook had an 11% revenue growth in spite of the coronavirus over the past quarter here. And as you can see today, it is up 7.5%. Now, another company that reported earnings and did really well is Amazon. So Amazon reported earnings yesterday after the bell, and sales skyrocketed. No surprise, last quarter, everybody staying home, ordering goods from Amazon, even groceries from Amazon, household staples from Amazon, right? So here, as you can see, pulling back a little bit right now, but open with a huge gap, still up 4% for the day. Now, another company that reported earnings, Apple. Now, Apple is on fire. Apple blasted through all profit expectations. It's now up 10% for the day and the most valuable company in the world. And this is where Apple also said, well, we want to make our stock affordable to more people. So they announced a 4-to-1 stock split, meaning that pretty soon an Apple stock will only cost $100 again. They already did a stock split, I think a few times, and they love it when their stock price is anywhere between 100 and 300. And again, it's a 4-to-1 split, so don't be fooled if in the next few weeks you will see Apple hovering around 100 again anyhow. So the fourth company that reported earnings here is Google. And Google, also one of the big 5 companies here, of the largest companies, actually did report better than expected earnings. But as you can see, Google down 5% right now, 4.14% to be exact. And why is this? Because overall their revenue was down for the first time ever in their history. So needless to say that these companies, so I mean pretty much Facebook, Google, Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft, those are the 5 most valuable companies in the US. And when they move, then of course the overall market moves. And this is what we saw here today. But what is happening? Why did we have this dip here in the markets if everything looked so good? Well, this thing number 2 that is moving the market right now, as you know, there's another $1 trillion stimulus, and right now it's stuck in Congress. Today, the $600 per week for being unemployed expires today, and there's no new agreement. So there's a deadlock, and this is why markets didn't like it and were going down. Also, we saw today gold. I mean, this is the third thing that is moving the markets. Gold today was above 2,000 for the first time ever, making new record highs. But overall, what does this mean for the markets? Well, the markets are still trapped in this sideways pattern that we have had for a while. Let me just show it to you. See, right now here we are 38 bars, which is trading days. This means 53 days for almost 2 months. We have been stuck in this nasty sideways pattern that makes the markets tricky to trade. But I want to show you today exactly what I'm doing and how I'm approaching these markets. And we see the same happening here in the S&P 500. So when we look at this, you also see that here we are in this sideways pattern. Yeah, we broke out a little bit, but come on, who are we kidding? As you can see, for the past few days, we have been exactly going sideways. So this breakout was just like peaking above the support line here, the resistance line, and right now still going sideways. Same for the NASDAQ here. I mean, as you can see, the NASDAQ also stuck in this nasty sideways pattern, not for as long as the other markets, but as you can see here also over the past 20 bars, 29 days, so over the past month. And this is what we are dealing with. And this is why today I want to show you how I trade the wheel, which is a trading strategy that I trade in addition to the PowerX strategy, which is my bread and butter strategy. And I want to show you how I find the best stocks for this strategy. Okay, so this is what's happening in the markets here. Before we move on, let me take a look at the questions here. And this is where, yeah, I mean, Wellness NYC says, TGIF, thank goodness it's Friday. Actually, for me, it's pretty sad that it's Friday because tomorrow the markets are closed. And on Sunday, the markets are closed. So I'm actually looking forward to Monday. I'm one of the weird guys who's really looking forward to Mondays. Anyhow, so it says, hope you had some FANG stocks. These are the Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google. So you see, this is what I talked about in the beginning. Everybody can get lucky and maybe was in one of the stocks and today had a 10% gain. But the key is consistently and growing your account systematically. So I do not have any of the FANG stocks because I don't want to be the guy who maybe got lucky. And what if yesterday they did report earnings that markets did not like? I mean, just think about it. Recently, we had Intel, INTC. Oops, that's not Intel. INTC report earnings, and that didn't go well at all, as you can see here. So these earnings plays, they're hit and miss. And also we talked about Google here, where everybody thought, oh my gosh, Google will just go up forever. Well, right now they're struggling because for the first time in their history, they do not grow in terms of revenue. It's not that they made a loss. They still made a profit. And in fact, they made more profit than everybody expected, but their revenue was not growing. Anyhow, good to see everybody here. Yeah. All right, Jim says, none of my positions are positive, though. Ooh. Well, this is what we're going to talk about today, Jim. So I know that you have been in the class with the wheel. So we talk about a few things because, yeah, right now, if the markets are as crappy as they are right now and just being stuck here in this sideways pattern that we just talked about now for almost 2 months, the longest that I've ever seen. Well, this is where we need to make sure that we have strategies for these market conditions. Now, according to the PowerX strategy, as you know, this is my bread and butter strategy. I love trading the PowerX strategy, and right now I have the same. The positions in the PowerX strategy are not doing well, right? But the positions in the wheel are doing really well. So I want to talk about that today. Anyhow, so good to see you. So Zia said, I got stuck buying Intel when it dipped. Ugh. Can't do the wheel because selling calls has not much premium. So this is why, Zia, great segue so that I can show you exactly how I find the best stocks for the wheel and why Intel was not on my agenda. So let's talk about how I find the best stocks for the wheel. Now, the wheel is a trading strategy that can relatively safely produce 30% per year. Now, I've shown this strategy here on YouTube, and today I want to show you exactly the trades that I'm in and how exactly I find the best stocks for this strategy. So let's get started. Let's actually share my screen here, and I want to use the notepad so that I can give you the 5 steps on how I find the strategies. Now, important, when you are trading the wheel, you must be okay owning the stock. So, by the way, if you're not quite sure right now what I'm talking about when I talk about the wheel, I'll post a playlist in the comments, and this playlist explains you exactly what the wheel trading strategy is. And it's a really fascinating strategy where you're selling puts, selling calls, cash covered puts, and then you also have covered calls, really relatively safely where you can make 30%. But the absolute key to this strategy, the key is to select the right stocks. And I know that there were quite a lot of questions around this. This is why I thought today I'm going to show you exactly my process, how I do it, and it is a 5-step process. So first of all, I'm looking for for stocks with high volatility. Volatility. How do you spell this? There we go. Almost. Thank God for autocorrect, because high volatility means that there's a lot of premium in there. And the first part of the wheel is that you're selling puts, right? So this is why we want to have high premium, because the first step in the wheel is selling puts for premium. Again, this is where we'll have the playlist here that shows you exactly what it does. Anyhow, so here is one of the tools that I use for this. It is actually bar charts. So there's a website called barchart.com, and when you are a premium member, you can actually configure an option screener. Now, in order to be a premium member, it's like $200 a year. So I am a premium member, and this is why I have set up an option screener here for me. So let me just show you, before we look at this option screener here and the results, let me show you the filters that I'm using here so that you know exactly what stocks I'm looking for. So let me just click on the filters here. Now, first of all, we want to make sure, let me make this a little bit bigger so that you can see it. So we want to make sure that we are not trading into earnings. I'll talk about this here in a moment. Now, in terms of exchange, I'm fine trading at all the exchanges. The implied volatility that I would like to see is between 30 and 50%. When it is above 50%, the volatility is too high, and you can run into the danger of having a stock that is whipsawing all around here. And if it is below 30%, then usually you don't have enough premium in there. Anyhow, so the days to expiration, 7 to 21 days. Last trade made within the last 2 sessions. I prefer trading only stocks with this, right? And I want to make sure that there's enough premium in the put here. So I have a few more filters regarding volume, open interest. And for a stock price, I'm looking for stocks that are trading between $30 to $200. So when I'm clicking on this filter, this is the exact filter that I use, then you see the results popping up here. And right now it is finding a lot of puts. And you see there's quite a few companies. For example, there's AA, ADA, see quite a lot of puts there, AMAT, AMBA. So this is where right now, let's just go to step number 2 here before I show you exactly how I use this information. So step number 2, I want to make sure that there are no earnings before expiration. Because we have just seen it in the comments. So Zia said that he got stuck in a trade because he traded into earnings. So I want to make sure that I'm not running into earnings, especially right now where we have still the pandemic going on, the crisis. I mean, earnings are a wild card here. So I want to make sure that there are no earnings before expiration, and you have seen how I set the filter here. Now, number 3, I want to make sure that these stocks are in an overall uptrend or have strong support. So let me write this down. So I want to see an overall uptrend or strong support. And I'll show you exactly what I'm looking for. I should capitalize this just to make it nice. Again, these show notes are available to you. You'll find in the description a link where you can get all of these notes. So let me show you exactly what I mean. This is where I can go back to bar chart here, because it shows me, you see, I have a total of 1,052 results, but there are not that many stocks because it's giving me a bunch of options for one stock. So you see there's a total of probably 10 pages. And what I can do here at the top is that I go to flip charts. And now I can take a look quickly at the first 10 stocks here. And I see, okay, Agilent Technologies, that actually looks pretty good, looks overall in an uptrend. So that would be a possible candidate. And I'm writing this down. So then I have ADI. You see, this is all over the place here. Not exactly what I'm looking for. ALC. Then we have AMAT. So this looks pretty good. It's overall in an uptrend here. Actually, I like to see more than just the last 6 months. Let's just look at the last 2 years so that you get a better idea. So, I mean, A was a good opportunity. AMAT is a good possibility here. So AMBA, ASD, you get the idea what I'm looking for. So obviously something like this is not at all what I'm looking for, right? So anyhow, so after I've identified a few candidates that I like, then I check the wheel, the calculator, to see if all of this makes sense. So this were, for example, for Agilent, well, if you look back over the last 2 years, not too hot on this one. AMAT, let's see, Applied Materials, that's not bad. Overall an uptrend because, again, keep in mind, absolutely super, super, super important. I can't stress this enough. You must be okay owning this stock. So let's just talk about AMAT so that I show you exactly how I now go through the calculator, because this is where step 4 comes in, where I want to make sure, check the wheel calculator. By the way, in a moment, I'm going to show you also how to make this process way quicker for you than all this manual work here. If you're interested in this, just click on like really quick if you're interested in learning how to make this process quicker here, or type in yes in the comments. And also, if you're enjoying this thus far, is this helpful at all? If it is helpful, do me a favor and click on like. This way I see here on my little monitor that you're enjoying this. I actually will have a like counter behind me in a little bit. I'm working on this. Anyhow, let's go back here and now let's go to the wheel. So we talked about AMAT. Okay, so AMAT, want to just bring up the stock here. And it was actually a trade that I was in. So we need to see what is the strike price that would make sense for us, at what price we are okay owning the stock. And again, it's all explained in detail in the other videos that I have here linked in the description. So let's just fill it in here. So I'm using the calculator here, making this a little bit bigger so that it is easier for you to see. here are a few positions that I'm in right now, and I'll be happy to show you in a moment how they are doing because they're expiring, a few of them in 10 minutes from now. Okay, so AMAT right now, the current price is 64.08, and a strike price that would make sense here is $59, meaning that we could have an 8% drop. Now, right now, it is July 31st, so we're looking probably for an August 7th expiration. Now, let's switch over to the trading platform to see exactly what's happening here. And we go to AMAT, and we look for the August 7th 59 expiration, how much money we could get. And you see right now, there's not a lot of premium in there. So there's probably 16 cents in there. That's probably not enough, because if you type in the 16 cents here, no, it's only 14%. So obviously that didn't work. All right. This means that right now we go back to look for the stocks that have overall an uptrend or strong support. So let's see. What else did we have here? What did we find? A? Did we like A? Not really too much. It's bouncing around here. So let's see, ATGE, AV, yeah, not really strong support here. BAM, not the biggest fan, although that's not bad. You see, overall, it was in an uptrend, was hit by COVID, and right now seems to have found some strong support here. So we could actually take a look at BAM. Anyhow, I don't want to bore you with this too much because I also want to show you the positions that I'm in so that you know exactly what stocks I'm looking for. So let's jump over to the account if you're interested in this. So we're looking at the positions. As you can see right now, I am in ATVI, and this is one that expires here in the next 8 minutes. And when it does, I will get the full profit, the $55 per one option that I traded, and I traded 3 options. So I will keep the full $162. As you can see, I started trading this strategy a week ago, and thus far we are up $500. So not bad at all, right? The goal here is to make 30% a year. So my goal is on this account, which is a relatively, it's a mid-sized account. It's a $100,000 buying power, $50,000 in there, but it is a margin account. So the goal here is to make $30,000 a year, 30%. You can trade it with larger accounts, no problem at all. So then we also have Marriott that expires in 7 minutes from now, and this will expire worthless. So here I made 70 cents, which is $70 per option, traded 2 options. So this will be $140 that I can keep. And then I have Nike, JD, that's an alert that I issued today. But let's just take a look at these for a moment so that you know exactly what I'm looking for. So ATVI, if you take a look at the chart, oops, not STVI, we are looking at ATVI. So Activation Blizzard, as you can see, overall in an uptrend, even not really hit during the pandemic because it's a gaming company. And this is why I felt comfortable if it would dip below 76, owning this stock here. What is the other one that we were just talking about? Marriott. So Marriott here today moving lower, but you see, this is a stock that has found some solid support. That's what I was talking about, just so that you see some examples here. First of all, you must be okay owning the stock. I can't stress this enough. And then I want to make sure that the stocks are in overall uptrend or have strong support. Now, in a moment, I'm going to talk about step number 5, but let me just ask you, is this helpful at all so that you see the stocks that I'm looking for? Would you like to see a few more examples? If you want me to show you a few more examples, just type yes in the comments really quick, or even better, click on like, because this way I see that you're enjoying this video, and then I'll go a few more minutes, but I show you more examples because I think it's important that you know what exactly I'm looking for. And then we'll talk about step number 5. Does that sound good? All right. I see a bunch of likes coming in. Thank you for smashing the like button here. So let's talk about a few other stocks. So another stock that I really like is Boeing. Again, super volatile stock, as you can see, being hit during the pandemic, right now has found some support. It's just going sideways, and this is exactly what we are looking for with the wheel. Stocks that are either going sideways or slightly up. Overall, I'm bullish on Boeing, but right now I just think that it won't drop below 150. And if it does, I'm okay owning Boeing for 150. So this is another stock that I'm in, and especially if you look at a weekly chart here. So you see a weekly chart of Boeing. Look at this. I mean, Boeing has just gone up, 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 up over the years. And then here has found some support at around 320, has been trading between 320 and 380. Right now at half the price. So I believe that Boeing at some point will go back up there. Anyhow, so let's talk about another stock that I liked really a lot, NKA, Nike. As you know, Nike, solid. Look at this. Over the years, going from $20 to $100. Recently got hit by the pandemic, going all the way down to $60, but right now already bouncing back. And it seems that Nike has found some support here, and this is why I'm okay owning Nike at $94. So, but let's talk about step number 5, because this is the shortcut for you if you want. So step number 5, what I do after I place the trade and send out the newsletter. What? Yes. So if you have been following me for a while, you know that I offered a class for this wheel. And with this, I offered a newsletter for free for the first month. And so when you enrolled into the class, you get the newsletter for free. And let me show you what I do. So as you can see here, for example, JD was something that I issued this morning. So I'm writing the newsletter here. I'm exporting it to PDF so that it looks like this, okay? And then I'm emailing you the PDF, and I'm sending you a text, and I'm also sending you a notification in our app that now we have a new newsletter, and this is where it shows exactly, okay, so this morning I issued JD and SSY, and you see the idea is we believe JD will stay above 60 by August 7th, so that's a few days from now, and I'll give you the exact trade of what to trade. I'll let you know how much buying power is needed per option so that you can adjust the size for your account. And here is what happened to the 2 trades that I issued earlier today. So let's jump back to this. So we talked about JD and SSY right here. These are the trades that I sent out this morning. And as you can see, thus far, they're nicely up. $45 and $40. Right now, Boeing is down a little bit, but I'm not too concerned because all I need is until next week for 1 week, I need Boeing to stay above 150. And today, Boeing had a down day anyhow. Not a big deal, right? Okay, so let's talk about the class and the newsletter if you're interested. As you can see, it is a very logical and systematic process to go through the stocks, and it is time intensive. It takes me a while, and then as soon as I find a stock, I'm also discussing it with Mark, my head coach. So as you can see, we're going through a lot of effort to actually find the very best stocks to trade. But the cool thing is that both Mark and I have nothing else to do. So we love trading. We love looking at this. So if you're interested in this class and getting this newsletter, just go to rockwelltrading.com/wheel. This is where you can sign up for the class so that you know exactly what I talked about. Plus, you're getting a month of the newsletter. And again, here are the trades of the newsletter over the past week. As you can see, they're up $500. And I do believe that the class is priced below $200. So within 1 week, depending on your account size, but within 1 week, you could make the money back that you invest in the class and in the newsletter. Anyhow, so I hope this was helpful because I wanted to show you my exact process, what I do, because that's my promise here, that I show you the strategies that I personally trade, that I show you the tools that I personally use, and that I show you my trades, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Because some trades are losing trades. Thus far with the wheel, it has worked out. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it. And if you want to see more videos like this, then click on the subscribe button And click the little notification bell, because this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. And if you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, please feel free to share this video with anybody who you think that might benefit from this video. And then I'll see you in one of the next videos, or click on one of the playlists. All right, cool. Now, I see that there's a lot of questions, and this is why I enjoy hanging out with you live here. So we can go through the questions here. So good to see everybody here. Oh my gosh, we have what, 190 people on here right now. So Mike said GGF is now ODIF. Oh darn, it's Friday. Right, I'm looking forward to Monday when the markets are open. Okay, so Benito says the wheel, awesome. Lost about 2% trading some of my PXO picks during June to mid-July. The wheel is letting me get to break even by next Friday. Then better things to roll, right? I mean, eventually we will break out of these nasty market conditions that we have right now. PowerX Optimizer will work like a charm. We will get to our goal of making 60% a year per year. I have no doubt about this. I mean, I have seen it all. I've been trading this strategy for the past 10 years. So absolutely, we will get back. Okay, Alpha Schnut said, hey, you got your PowerX strategy book. Fantastic. By the way, if you're interested in learning more about the PowerX strategy, here's the quick 20-second commercial. I've written a book, 150 pages, 160 pages. You can get it on Amazon for $25, or I'll be happy to ship you a free copy. All I ask is that you pay for shipping and handling, which is $4.95. And as you can see, I am actually shipping these out. Okay, no strings attached if you want to do this. Okay, Gary says, doing good with the wheel. Thank you. And John says, roll those dice. I mean, the wheel. Yes, absolutely. So Andreas is asking, can we trade PowerX Optimizer in this market? Yes, I am trading it. And I think somebody mentioned it earlier that said, well, you know what? My PowerX positions are down. So are mine. So are mine. But as you can see, the other positions are up. So I'm still trading the PowerX strategy because I know that these markets will get back to normal. Right now, these market conditions where we are stuck in this sideways range is not normal at all. Anyhow. Okay, Hector got his good mug. I need to grab a sip of coffee, so we have several mugs here. This is my trade what you see, not what you think mug. And we do have more mugs. Let me just see. When you're good to trade. Anyhow, they're too far out of reach right now. Okay, good. So Peter says, love your thought process. Now reading your books, doing many of your videos. Well, so good, Peter. See you. Yeah, I mean, feel free to share these videos, watch the videos, binge watch them. Absolutely. So Jim says, I've now set all my positions I own into 100 packs, starting part 2 of the wheel since they're all negative but not close to stop loss. Okay, not quite sure, Jim, what you mean by this. I mean, feel free to post this in the Facebook group, and we can talk more about your individual positions here, because I know that you're in the Facebook group, and love to talk to you about this. So Andreas is asking, is this only in bar chart? Is Finviz possible for the wheel screener? Probably. I'm pretty sure that maybe there's even a free screener like this out there. You see, for me and my trading, I don't mind paying a few $100s a year for a service, right? That helps me and makes my life easier here. So, but Andreas, could be that it's also in Finviz. Could be that we can do a scan like this, maybe even in TradingView. Who knows, right? Here I was just too lazy to do it myself, because this is what tools do. Tools make your life easier, right? And for me, it's all about saving time here. Okay, good. So Joseph is asking, how often do you usually get assigned when you sell the puts? 10% of the time, 20% of the time? Okay, so it is the probabilities that I'm looking for is around 20% probability that I might get assigned. So in the long run, it's probably closer to 20%. Now, honestly, the wheel starts getting really, really fun when we are getting assigned. So I actually don't mind getting assigned, because then we can sell calls. And right now, there's more premium in calls than there is in puts. So this will help us then to really probably exceed the 30% per year and go to 40% per year. So Joseph, I actually don't mind at all being assigned. So just make sure that you do your position sizing right. Okay, position sizing means that you don't overtrade your account here. Good. Okay. Teddy says, show selling the call. I will, of course, as soon as I'm getting assigned. I have not been assigned yet. But Teddy, I'll be happy to show how I would sell the call as soon as I'm getting assigned on any of these stocks. So Michael says, strong support is defined as a flat level drawn on the daily chart only. Yeah, you see, especially, let me just show it to you. So here, right now, there's a lot of premium in the weekly option. So this is why this is like a weekly paycheck, basically, right? So that's why I'm using a relative short fuse here. And this is why I'm also using support that is very close. You see, it's pretty easy. Now, you could draw support with Nike also down here, yeah, at the 83 level. And if I would sell a put with an expiration of maybe 2 months, I would do this. But here, since I'm selling something with an expiration of less than 10 days, I'm absolutely fine of going to the daily chart and hear what has happened over the past few weeks. But great question. Hope that helps. Okay, so Anthony says, I see JD has earnings coming up. Will you sell before then? So great question. So let's actually go to this. Let's actually jump over here to stockearnings.com. Let's take a look at JD. So we're bringing up JD.com. Here we go. And you will see that their earnings date is on Tuesday, August 11th. It is confirmed. So they have confirmed earnings. It's on Tuesday, August 11th. Now, here's what I did. Let me just jump back. For JD, I sold the put that expires August 7th. So it expires before they do earnings. Right? I do not like this here, especially right now, since we still have the pandemic going on. We had the worst GDP on record. So I want to make sure that I'm not catching any surprises, because you have seen the big four today, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, the big three actually, they jumped up, but Google was going down. I don't want to be caught in this volatility, because then you're suddenly getting assigned and you might be underwater way more than you want. So yes, you're absolutely right. JD has earnings. I'm factoring it in. This is why I said, let me just show you my notes here again. Okay, no earnings before expiration. After expiration, I don't care. After expiration, we're all good. Okay. Good. Julio is saying, how do you draw the support line, horizontal value? Well, let me show you a very quick tutorial here on TradingView. What I like to do, I have a MacBook Pro, and there's a shortcut. So if I click on Option H, it appears. Now, if you have a PC, it might be different. So see here right underneath this crosshair on the left-hand side, you can actually draw a horizontal line. And you see, it shows you the shortcut there. Might be a little bit difficult to see, but you can draw a horizontal line anywhere you want, and then you can move it anywhere you want. Okay, so the magic of TradingView. By the way, if you would like to know more about TradingView, I have a tutorial for you. And if you also go to rockwelltrading.com/TradingView, there's more information about this, and I'll be happy to link to the TradingView tutorials that I did in the description. We have a playlist for this. Anyhow, sound good? We put it in there. Okay. So Benito says, thank you for the solid entry signals to use with the wheel. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, we're spending quite a lot of time on this, on finding the best signals here, the best stocks to trade. So Caleb is asking, if your account is double, why do we double position size instead of number of positions? Well, okay, so good point. Let me actually go to the chart. So Caleb's question is, let's say that we have the wheel and we right now have $100,000 in buying power. So let's say here for JD, I traded 3 options. Now, if you have twice as much, if you have 200,000, then we would trade 7 options, right? And Caleb is asking, well, instead of trading 7 options, why wouldn't I just stay at 200,000 but trade 10 positions? Well, For me personally, if I trade 10 positions, it's like herding cats, right? It gets exhausting for me. So it's like, or like herding sheep or like herding chickens. My daughter has chickens. My daughter Vivian has chickens. Try to herd chickens. This is how I feel when I have too many positions in my account. So again, personal preference, Caleb, absolutely fine. If you would like to have 10 positions in your account, that is okay. I prefer to have, with this strategy, around 5 positions here. AJ is asking, what will be the cost after a month? Still talking to the team, definitely less than $200, because I want to make sure that it is super easy for you to make back the investment. But you also see how much work goes into this newsletter here that I'm preparing for you, how much I do in the background. So I do believe that $200 a month is a fair price. Might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less. It doesn't automatically renew if you're asking this. So don't worry about this. We will let you know as soon as we decided on a price. The team will let us know, both me and you. And then there will probably be also quarterly or annual options, I'm pretty sure. So stay tuned. We should know more next week. Okay, good. Okay. So Ken is asking, so you would suggest staying away from entering stock positions using the PXO strategy? No, not at all. Not at all. I am trading the PowerX strategy every single day. Every day. I'm running the optimizer every day. I'm looking for the best stocks and options to trade every day. I'm also looking for black bars, stop loss, profit target. And yes, recently, as you know, mainly you're getting stopped out with black bars. So Ken, please, this strategy here is a great addition to PowerX strategy. I'm trading the PowerX strategy because I'm setting myself up for when the markets are ready to break out. To the upside or to the downside, I don't care. As long as they break out of this nasty, stupid sideways thing. I mean, it's getting exhausting. I don't know about you. I mean, this sideways move, look at this. Yeah, here we are back on the Dow Jones. Didn't want to add this. Yeah, this sideways move is just exhausting. So it will get back to normal. We will see an uptrend or a downtrend. And so I'm trading it right now so that I am positioned, that I am in stocks and options when the market starts trending. So Ken, yeah, I am trading this in addition to PowerX Optimizer. Ex-Dividend says, hi Markus, the wheel has been my number one strategy, to be honest. That's great. I mean, every trader is different, right? I mean, the wheel can give you very safely around 30%. When I'm trading the PowerX Optimizer, for me, it's more typical that I make 80 to 100% a year. And this is why I like trading the PowerX strategy and the PowerX Optimizer. Now, again, as you know, we have talked about it over and over again. June and July sucked. Yes, I said it. Yeah, because it was frustrating, but it will change. It will change, and I will make sure that I'm positioned. Anyhow, okay, so let's see. Oh, Ken says, while in earnings session, sorry, hit send quickly. You see, this is where we can discuss it more in the Facebook VIP group, but as you know, with PowerX Optimizer, we are looking for stocks that do not react to earnings. Hence, the no gap rule, right? We want to have stocks that are not gappy. It's one of the rules of PowerX Optimizer. So therefore, I'm trading stocks, and I'm trading the stocks that are not gappy here. Anyhow, okay, good. So Ex-Dividend says, likes the wheel. It's your favorite strategy. What's your main strategy? The PowerX strategy. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Caleb is asking, for the wheel, do you allow it to expire in the money, or would you prefer to close the option at a slight loss prior to expiration? For me personally, I am fine getting assigned. So I'm letting it expire so that I'm assigned. I'm not closing out for a small loss. So yeah, just to let you know. Good. Samuel says, hi, mentor. Hi, Samuel. So good to see you. Okay. Okay. I will butcher your name. I really love the wheel strategy, as I work mostly during the week. Will be a good strategy for light touch trading. That is true. It is It's super easy because when you get the newsletter from me, you get an email, you get a text message, you get an app notification, right? So it's super easy to then place the trades if you're busy and can stay in front of the computer. Absolutely. Okay, good. So Bill says, sold the Boeing. I don't know why Bill's comments got a little bit smaller here. Let me make this bigger. There we go. Bill says, sold the Boeing 150 put today for $1.75 because I missed it yesterday. That's fine. And it's still a valid trade, still a good trade. So I'm in it, as you know, and you probably got a better price than I did. So that's good. All right. So J.R. Ewing says, if your stock does not get assigned, do you let it expire? See, great question here. And I answered that in the Facebook VIP group here as well. If you see that you enter, for example, today I entered JD. If on Monday I can buy it back for only a few pennies, for 5 cents, that I have 90% of my profits, then I would take it off the table. Because why would you wait until Friday? Everything can happen until Friday, right? So if you can make 90% or maybe even 80%, depending on how aggressive you are, 80% of the move in a matter of a few days, you can absolutely buy it back. Because when you're buying it back, I mean, two things happen. First of all, you get all your buying power back, and therefore you can now trade another stock for the wheel. And secondly, you're taking risk off the table, right? So if you can make 80 to 90%, it might make sense to take it off. Today, I let them expire because yesterday, let me just show it to you when I'm sharing my desktop here. So as you can see, for the two that expired, by doing this, I got another $21 and $24, so $45 by letting them expire from yesterday to today. AMAT is a trade that I was in. I was able to trade to close it a few days ago, so I did. But here, if I can make another $45 by waiting one more day, I'll do it. Okay, good. So Radha is saying, can we do the wheel in reverse for falling stocks? So selling calls first after buying stocks that are ultimately, unfortunately, falling. I wouldn't. There's probably a strategy, might be called straddles, strangles, iron condors, right, that takes advantage of this. For the wheel, I personally prefer to do it in stocks that are going up because think about it. The natural direction of the market. If you look at the markets ever since it started, the natural direction of the market is up. That is the natural direction. And so I don't want to swim against the stream, if this makes sense. So Mark says, thanks for being transparent. You guys are awesome. Happy to be part of your mastermind group. We are so happy that you are. That you're part of the mastermind. You know we love you. Appreciate the extra nuts and bolts around the wheel. Just a little bit behind the scenes so that you know what is happening when you get an alert of what has happened before. This is why you rarely get an alert at 9:30 when the market's open. You get an alert, a few hours later after I had a chance to digest all of this. Okay. AJ says, thanks for being so transparent. Amazing. Thanks for being here watching. I mean, I know that you have been here for a while now. And if you're new to this and you're enjoying this, please make sure to subscribe here. Okay. So AJ says, is there a video for trading options from PowerX Optimizer? Not sure if I should sell or buy. Yes, there is. It's on a website. It's called mytradingroutine.com. It's a website that I built. No, I'm lying. I asked Alex to build it for me. Alex is my genius webmaster. And there's a video on there on how I trade options with PowerX Optimizer. And yes, it is buying. You're buying calls or you're buying puts. So it's the exact opposite from the wheel, basically. Anyhow. Okay, so time flies when you're having fun. So good to see everybody here. And I am so grateful for you watching these videos, supporting this channel. I think we now are at almost 35,000 subscribers, and this is because of you. Thank you so much. So please make sure to keep liking it, to keep sharing this video if you enjoy it. And if you're new here and you thought, I don't even know how I stumbled across this video, but now you say, this is actually pretty cool, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Hey, today is Friday as I'm recording it, so I wish you a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy. This nasty virus is still going around, right? Do the smart thing. Wash hands, wear face masks, do social distancing, right? Enjoy the weekend, and we'll be back here on Monday when the markets are open again. And on Monday, I'll talk about day trading, because I received many questions around day trading. Like, should I be day trading? What are the advantages of day trading? Does day trading make sense for you? Do I personally day trade? So this is what we are going to talk about on Monday in the next video, in episode 74. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.